What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now, for this video, we're going to be jumping into Black Cat Infinity Score issue number 9. And if you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on in this phenomenal run. Now, this is written by Jed McKay, the art is CF Villa, and the cover is by Pepe Larraz. And in the last issue, what we saw is Black Cat kind of kidnapping, more or less rescuing Star. Star being in containment by Nick Fury, because Star is currently embedded with one of the Infinity Stones. And because of this, they are just too powerful to be out and about, especially when these individuals are all villains that have the Infinity Stones inside of them. But Black Cat has been hired to get something of great value, and that all begins with Star. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with Star waking up. Waking up from being unconscious for such a long time. She has no idea where she is, where she has been, or what the heck is going on. Now Black Cat, she could have taken any kind of approach when it came to dealing with somebody like Star. You know, especially when they're villains. These individuals like to act like they're tough. And so any information that Black Cat might want to get out of her, she may be reluctant to give her any. And so taking approach she thinks will really win this over, she's going to try the soft hand. She's going to try a little bit of comfort, a little bit of hospitality. And with the two of them sitting down, they start popping open the champagne. And they start having a discussion. Now, Black Cat knows up to this point that she is embedded with the Reality Stone. Knowing that she has the Reality Stone inside of her, she knows that she can just ask Reality to do something and Reality does it. And this is something that will benefit her very much. Benefit her because Dr. Doom, who her client is, Dr. Doom wants somebody in his pocket. And to get this individual into his pocket, he wants to be able to cure her cancer, or at least make it seem like it is curable. In doing this, it will put her into his pocket, giving him kind of an upper hand, giving him that blackmail material so that she will always work for him. And so what Black Cat wants here is Black Cat wants Star to ask this girl more or less to get rid of her cancer. And in doing this, Reality should just do it because of the stone that she is embodied with. Now, of course, Star's not going to just do this just for the sake of doing it. There has to be something in it for Star. Star, being a villain at the end of the day, is always going to want something out of it. And so to get something out of it, Black Cat offers up a very unique opportunity. An opportunity to be off of all radar from Nick Fury. Nick Fury being the guy that locked her away and imprisoned her because she has the stone inside of her. And so what they did is they created kind of like a signature blocker, because that is how Nick Fury's been tracking her. Using a device that tracks her unique signature, the device that Black Cat and her crew have come up with will block that signature altogether. The only stipulation is she has to do this prior to getting the object. Now, they will give this object to her temporarily, and Star, really starts to get a little cocky. Starts to think, I have the power and the ability to take this from you right here and right now. So why don't I? And as soon as she says that, the champagne glass in her hand, it explodes. Completely shatters to pieces. And this is where on a rooftop, her crew is sitting with sniper rifles waiting to take out Star. Because while Star may be able to be all powerful and have this reality warping ability, at the end of the day, if you don't know something is coming at you, you can't stop it from coming. And that's exactly what these guys are. These guys are pretty much keeping her in check, making sure that everything plays out exactly how they need it to. And with Star now being in, with her agreeing to this arrangement, Black Cat makes her way out, telling Star that she needs to wait here while she goes finishing up and just, really rounding up the operation. And as Black Cat talks to her crew, everybody's a little uneasy. Nobody really trusts Star. She's a freaking villain at the end of the day. But in this particular case, they have to. They need to be able to help her out, because in helping her, it helps them. And what they need to do right now is they need to go catch somebody. Now, while they're having this conversation, Star, she uses her abilities and she eavesdrops on their conversation. Eavesdropping on their conversation, she finds out everything she needs to know. Now, what Black Cat did not tell her, but she is only telling her crew, is that according to Fury's files, she has a object of cosmic power embedded inside of her, one of the Infinity Stones, which is something that we know. But she is not the only one. Fury has been tracking 2 other individuals both inside the city, and they have to go find one of them. They have to find one because as individuals, their powers, they aren't cosmically strength. They have to be close to one another. When the stones that are inside of people become close quarters with one another, this is when they reach their true potential. This is when their strength is really reached to its maximum. And so in order for Star to do her thing, to rid this lady of cancer, they need to catch one of these individuals. One of the individuals that has another stone in them. And they need to bring this individual closer to Star so she can do this. But the only issue, the 2 individuals that have a stone right now, outside of Star, is Quantum and also Overtime. 2 really, really bad villains, and it's going to be a pain tracking them down. But the one individual they decide to go after is Overtime. And so not really trusting Star, they don't really have an option here. They have too much on the line, one of the biggest scores of their entire life. This is something that cannot go wrong. So Overtime is going to be the choice because he seems like the easier one to catch. Not knowing Star is eavesdropping on this conversation, we can only imagine that is going to end up playing poorly for her in the long run. And that's where we pick up with Overtime, making his way through the city, really just minding his own business, not doing anything. And this is when a black van pulls up. This black van pulling up and coming alongside him. And in an instant, someone shoots him with a tranquilizing dart. Shooting him with this dart, it causes his abilities to go crazy out of whack. Unable to actually do what he needs to do, these 2 thugs come running in on him. Now, by all accounts, these look like Fury's men. They look like Fury's soldier trying to capture him, beating the crap out of him and trying to throw him in the van. He gets the upper hand. He's able to slip away from them. In slipping away, he runs. He runs as fast as he can. But the issue is, he is loaded up with so much tranquilizer, it could take down a rhino. And so he is dizzily running, trying to get his mind straight so he can use his abilities. But he doesn't make it far before one of these guys tackle him. In tackling him, he is left there on the ground in excruciating pain. And this is when he looks up and he sees Black Cat. Felicia making her way down here, and she is here to save the day. She is here to help him out. We see her beat the crap out of these Fury guards, beating the crap out of these guys and tying them up. She makes her way over to Overtime, and with her reaching her hand out, as he looks up, he sees Black Cat, but she looks like an angel. She looks like the savior. And then he passes out, waking up a little bit later exactly how Star did the morning prior. He wakes up and he peeps outside and he sees Black Cat holding a couple buckets of chicken and ready to sit down and have a conversation. A conversation about how they can help one another. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This was probably the most uneventful comic so far coming out of the Black Cat line, but they really did need to have this kind of filler issue to really give us information on what's going on, what she needs all this for, and how she's going to really execute her grand scheme. Now, working for Dr. Doom, we can only imagine what he is offering her. And to go against Nick Fury like this, to kidnap these murderers, these villains, or these wannabe supervillains at the end of the day, especially when she has no powers besides just being a really good thief. We can only imagine that the bounty is astronomically high. But I'm excited to see how this plays out. You know, this is a really unique way to go about it. I didn't expect it to be all of this. You know, last issue I talked about how they really just try to up it. You know, it went from we're gonna steal the deed to Manhattan to Infinity Stones. But with what's currently going on, with them being inside of people, I like the way that plays. And it makes it really easy for Black Cat to be able to get these guys on her side, especially when they are already villains. Now we can only see it going sideways. Star eavesdropping on the conversation and learning her abilities will be amplified. But I'm excited to see how all of this plays out. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. And until the next breakdown.